Made in France. Today we are going to install a Scopema Swivel seat on the passenger side of the ProMaster. First thing we're going to do is detach the battery. Alright, so for the ProMaster, the battery is right under the driver's side. And already geez. What is the deal back there? Alright, so that's the back. There's the battery. And the negative cable. We should be able to just flip that there and wiggle. Wiggle it up. And let's just slide it this way so it's not gonna accidentally touch it. Alright, part one done. Next is the seat. Is the jack. It's underneath the seat. Completely slide out, and then pull that out that way. All right. Then we'll have to get some go find the right tool now to start unscrewing. There should be 1, 2 up front and 4 in the back. Alright, so while we're waiting for the car to have the battery off, go ahead and unbox take your carefully.
Did not realize they were there.
The other one's over there.
This is like 50 to 70 pounds. And
alright. That should be there.
nuts and bolts on it.
Nuts and bolts.
Which at least they give you a good little Tupperware for $400.
Sure, some tall ones and some short ones. 6 a piece, so.
On the front.
But really no instructions on the long ones go first or the short ones, but
well,
we'll figure it out.
Instructions right there on the scan me thing.
Oh.
The scan me instructions.
Scanny. Okay, smart. Okay. Flip it over. Let me close the lid so you can just set it on. Oh, that is heavy. That is like super heavy. Alright, so a problem that most videos don't even address, but a couple that I watched was even with this, is trying to move it, and it doesn't. But the fastest trick is, I saw somebody hammering it, is really just go like that. Let me slide it out. And there you go. What you'll have to do to access the holes. So that's ready for whenever we get to that point.
Okay. So how long do we have to leave it before then?
Alright, so for these, you make sure that you have a little stir. It is a T40 zone. I am going to try that in the drill. Maybe hopefully to loosen it. If not, then I'm going to do a socket wrench. Alright, finally found. That's probably going to be the most difficult thing, is finding the right size. So you may have to hit your store, but it is coming out, so loosening. We 3 sets of wires that have to pull apart and disconnect. So alright, so unhooked, front screws out, move, slide it forward to get access to the. So then there's 4 more in the back. Oh, Lord. Alright.
Oh shit. The girl, I think, uncut that for a reason. Can't move it until that thing's cut.
Oh, the tape that's all holding it together. Can't see. Oh yeah, just get a scissors, or I think a knife would be dangerous. But
Scissors?
well, we need to cut the little zip ties. That's what we need to do. Make sure that you cut the zip ties so you can pull it off. We saw 2.
Good as new.
Cut those 2. Yeah.
I like that one.
Well, yeah, since it's not coming on. Alright, these are on the bottom, attached to the ground. So, should be able to lift the seat now, I think. Get my handy. Here's a light. Here's a scissors. The wires came out. Yeah. We came out sitting on the wires. Yeah, it's actually not heavy. Really
Not heavy at the base?
No, I guess we'll go ahead and just clean up underneath that, and then
We have some more.
get the swivel. Alright. Line them up. Let me get the little cup that they come in, and the bottom we're going to use just the 6 short ones, not with and number 5. Screw
Cross-threading them. This is the difficult part.
You want to tighten the front. Okay.
Don't want to go flying off. This one looks like it might be more of a challenge. Much difficult.
Mm-mm.
And I'll do it with the bottom end too, because that top end doesn't take it the last turn.
Test it. Move it. See if it slides all the way around. Alright, so
It
far.
doesn't have weight on it though, too.
Yeah, so far so good.
But we don't have the space on
And lock it back in.
I guess
Okay,
so.
so locks back in the space, which is loud. Alright, so I'm going to get the seat and then kind of got. Yeah. Okay, so make sure you get all the wires through the hole. And before we start screwing, we're actually going to slide the spacers. Now, supposedly there's a trick that if you don't want the spacers, that this little notch right here, so it doesn't get caught, you would have to saw this piece off right here and then cut a little bottom piece off the plastic, but we don't want to do that, right? So we're just gonna
Right now, we'll see how it goes.
put the spacers in and see how that goes. So
You understand?
I'll lift it on the side and then just try to make sure all the holes are lined up. So the 2 back holes here, these 2 back holes, and these 2
And
back
it goes under here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then we need to adjust it a little
Yeah.
bit.
We're gonna have to adjust it.
And then on this side, come on in. slippery still. Alright, and we'll slide it as we do it. Challenge, but making sure. So we know we need the 40 torque to start with to unscrew everything. We know we need this to tighten everything, 5, right? And then we need a 1/2 inch for the bolts. So the top ones, we're gonna screw it from the bottom after we unlock it. So let's go get the tool so we can finish this up. Alright, so these are just loosely in, but it's gonna go through the top. Top of the swivel, the spacer, and then the seat. And this is just loose until we can get all of them in there, and then we'll tighten them up. Now those two. So my socket wrench won't fit here to the seat, so I'm going to use this. What I did on the other side was just to hold it tight. And then use the 5 underneath to tighten it. You had the great idea, since leaving it in the other position, you couldn't access these really to do it. You had the great idea of swiveling the seat so you have plenty of room to get underneath it. Good job. And since we can't find our long for the socket wrench, just using this to hold it down. Alright, test before we hook up all the wires. Slide it back. Alright. Slide all the way back. Unlocked it. Oh, your seat's too far back. Gotta. Well, at least the seat part of it. Just pull the seat back a little bit.
I don't think it'll do it in this position. Whew. Yeah, make sure you're not in the seat when you do that.
Need a stool.
Yeah.
There's that little stool here. Does your feet reach it? Well, at least that part's done. Now it's hooking the wires back up and tucking them. Alright. Let's work on the wires. Alright, so wires, we tested it. I prefer the fabric one, but all I had was the plastic wire protection. And I went ahead and started it up here, just so that when the seat turns, it's not constantly pulling it. And then obviously put the tire jack back in the back. So the only thing left is hooking that back up. If you have any comments or questions, make sure you post it down. I'll try to answer it. But hopefully you found out this is the easiest install. Thanks for watching.